I went to Fort Osage High School, and I was grew up in Eastern Independence, and we started out when I was a baby in a little place called Ripley. It's not even a town, but that's where my art started there. Well, when I was growing up, I was always interested in art. I didn't know about art, but I would take like cardboard boxes and make architectural things out of it with scraps of material and scissors and knives and from the very beginning. Like I said, when I was building those cardboard boxes and turning them to architecture. And anyhow, I think that gave me my background for art. The one thing I did one time, I had a box of crayons when I was little, and I thought the colors were so beautiful that I ate them. They didn't taste that good as I thought they would because they were so pretty. So anyhow, I learned my lesson from that. That's where I got my start in art. It is difficult if you're talking about marketing and all, because it's hard to get your art out there, and that's why I'm grateful for this show. But and it seems like men do get more attention than women, but I do have some great supporters that are men. That's my son and my brother and my guy friend. And if I ask for advice, they give me advice. And for one of them, I always get this wonderful little gift card from my favorite supply company. But other than that, I have solitude now where I can work, and I live out in the edge of a state park, so it's very quiet, and I have a lot of interesting things to paint out there. Sharing my art, well, challenge is finding places to show your art, for one thing. Also being a woman. For instance, when I was in high school, I wanted to take drafting, and my mother insisted I not take it because it was not for girls. And that was kind of the way the generations thought back then. But anyhow, I bucked her, and I took the drafting classes. And I took them also in college, and those things that I learned that is in male-dominated field were great for me because I learned a lot about line, space, and shapes. In my drafting class, no, I was the only girl in it. I kind of was the first woman in that school to take drafting, but my teacher was a male, and he made me feel comfortable. And other than that, no, I just kind of got over being shy, and and I just go ahead and do what I think I need to do.
Until that lucky day, I can't give you anything but love.
My husband was not into me being an artist. All he knew was farming, and that's what I should do. So anyhow, I needed a place to work, and I didn't have one, so I went out and started digging my footing, and I built my own art studio. And I didn't let him stop me, and you know, those drafting classes paid off because I knew what to do. And I usually paint. I do drawings and sketches to get my where I'm going, but then I usually turn it into a painting. I work in watercolors and oil a lot. Recently I I don't like really working in acrylics as much, but when I'm doing collage work, I work with acrylics.
Shining through, but when you're crying, you bring on the rain, so stop your crying.
It was a little difficult sometimes because, like I talked about, you know, my mother didn't want me taking drafting because that was a girls', or not a girls' field, that was for men. And I usually had my art supplies, and so I just would, and I like being by myself, so it didn't bother me, so I would just go off someplace and do my art. Well, when I heard about it at my art organization down here, and then the name of it caught my attention, so I kind of researched that. And back in 2017, Elizabeth Warren, she was silenced in Congress for, she wanted to read a letter by Loretta Scott King, and she was silenced. And they weren't just silencing her as a woman politician, but they were trying to silence women, and they were trying especially to silence women of color. So I thought this was a really good opportunity to enter this show because there's no men to compete against. And when I came in and looked at the show, I was amazed at the very talented women that are out there. It's just a little bit harder for us to make our way in the art field. I don't know. It's just, I don't think we're taken as seriously as men. And I think it's just still the stigma about women that they are not serious artists. But I have this whole background and collection of art that proves that I am a serious artist. And I can see by the art on display here, there are many serious artists in here that are women. When I was a young woman, like I talked about earlier, when I was, you know, trying to save money, and I was gardening and sewing and canning, I had this old Singer sewing machine that I would mend the jeans with, and I still have it. And one day, I was working in my sketchbook, so I decided to sketch that. And when I got finished with it, I really liked the drawing, so I turned it into a painting. And it's just kind of a nostalgia about the harder times because, you know, I'm not sure all the artists in here are struggling financially to support themselves as artists. Well, I think it's great, and I'm so thankful that this museum put it on because it gives us that one little edge up that we need sometimes to make it as women artists. So it's very important, and I've got a lot of friends that want to come and see it. Well, this is what I tell my granddaughter, because she's artistic too. I said, you have to work twice as hard as a man to get where you're going to go, and not to give up, because, and then seek out all the opportunities that you can, and be consistent, and always, you know, set aside time daily to do art. And it might not be that I'm painting that day, but I am thinking about what I'm going to do or working on social media. So you just have to be very diligent about being an artist. Persistent, you will. Yes.